Green-eyed monster. Hi, my name's Ben Browder. I'm sitting here with Tony Tilts, the busiest man in Australian television.
Hi,
and Angus, who does our ADR and makes everything sound good. We're looking at Green-eyed Monster. I'm the writer of the piece.
Where is it?
Who the hell's that guy?
Christ. Yo, Captain.
All right.
Where is it?
Here we are, and we're straight into the story straight away. There's a little Talon corridor, and then straight into the command with Claude and Lani.
Transfer rate. I'm hoping that it will ease his pain and speed the recovery process.
Very elegant. You seem to have an intuitive
As we can
grasp
see
of
right
Talon's
now,
subsystem.
Grace is making eyes at John's girl.
Just felt right.
That wasn't scripted, was it? Yeah, maybe it was. It's interesting. The entire setup of the first act is one giant mislead as to who the bad guy is.
That's yeah.
Yeah. When we were pitching the piece, or when I pitched the piece to the writers, what I wanted to do was a piece which focused on essentially human faces, away from the critters and the monsters and the prosthetics.
Open the door.
One, because we could move quicker as we shot it, which meant we could play the drama out. But
Grace,
also,
I know you're in there.
I thought that the
Playtime
love
is
triangle
over. Open the damn
between
door.
Grace and Aaron and Crichton was an interesting avenue that we haven't really looked at, and it's certainly been playing it in the background for almost a season and a half.
What seems to be the problem?
Yeah.
Open the DRDs over my head.
And it's it's also great to get these kind of stories that are just character based, where we are sort of relying less on the effects and the gee whiz of what we're doing, but more on the interaction of characters. And that's what I really liked about this script, was that it was set on Talon, and I guess it's reminded me a bit of
Rigel and
I don't
Stark
know, there's a lot of references, but I guess like Dust Bolt, like the idea of this guy stuck in this submarine, and it's
Yeah, well, that was my original working title. I had 3 working titles. One of them was Das Budong. That was the first one. The other one was all about Aaron, and then Green-eyed Monster, and
To their current duty.
I went with the
Yeah.
Green-eyed Monster because he had a big
yeah.
green eye.
And always, and I guess just seeing it now here too, I try to shoot this a lot with this triangle, using the triangle of all the three players all the time.
With Aaron in the middle.
With Aaron in the middle.
As often as possible, yeah.
As often as possible, yeah.
Yeah, and which is what it is, and of course the fourth member of the triangle quadrangle surrounds us at all moments. The CGI on this is huge, is massive, and it was one of the things that I wanted to do is I didn't want to concentrate on a lot of pulse blast in the script. I wanted to give the CGI department something big to do, and
Yeah, in fact, yeah, it's extremely big because basically we couldn't.
it's very big.
There's a great moment here.
See, that's big,
That's big. That's really big.
and they did a great
And,
job.
they did a fantastic job with it, and but because the Budong was such a complex beast, we didn't have the time or the rendering time or the CG budget to actually show the complete Budong in all its glory.
Yeah, well, that's why I hit him in the ring.
In the ring, yeah.
Yeah, well, the ring served 2 purposes. I put him around a planetary ring because I knew that we wouldn't be able to show the Budong all the time, but I needed him lurking in the same way that you have the ship on the surface in a submarine movie. So we created this mythos that Budongs eat the debris of gas giant rings. So I asked for a ring planet so the Budong could literally be hidden, and then
Yeah.
Tony loved the idea of it rising out of the rings.
That's right. I always had the image of that kind of the idea that when it's chasing it, there's sort of like a shark fin almost effect that the ice is parting as it attacks, and I think the CG guys have really come up with that really well. Really well.
So we're back in the typical Farscape motif. We're straight into the action. This is one of the things that Kemper always stresses when he's hammering on his writers, is move the action forward, move the action forward. In the first pass of the script, I probably had this happening 7 or 8 pages in, and instead it happens on page 4, page 5. You just press the action forward and get it going. So the first act is almost a run.
It is a complete run, and in a way, and just going back to the kind of the Das Boot was that I really wanted to shoot this on Steadicam as much as possible because I really wanted that sense of that kind of movement, constantly moving. I didn't want the camera to really stay static because the ships, until the ship got sort of stuck. And once again, we had Marty Lee, who was our Steadicam operator, who was constantly sort of working all the time in the set. This is a very hot set to work in with all the lights on. It's surprisingly hot.
It's like the easy bake oven that girls had when I was a kid. The set itself, like the corridors are lit with 5,000 100-watt light bulbs. So basically, if you walk in there with a pan full of dough, you'll have bread at the end of the tank.
And, but yeah, and I kind of always liked this sequence because it's quite chaotic, and we just kind of let them go and let Marty go, and we sort of really got some really lovely energy here. There you go, another triangle shot, Aaron in the middle.
Anchor.
Yes, anchor.
And there's the fourth player right there.
Yep.
He's the pivotal character in so many ways, and he's very difficult to write for because other than having Crace say everything he says, or Crace talking to him all the time, he still has to emote. So, you know, Marty Lee pans up to that central pillar in the middle, and he makes a little sound, and we go, ooh, Talon's in a bad mood. This scene right here, there's the one cutaway. We shot this scene in about 15 seconds one afternoon.
Yeah,
because we lost the Steadicam for half a day. We couldn't pull focus. And this scene, which really needed to be shot with several setups, was shot with a single setup, and Tony with a camera that he stole from another unit on another day, shooting the...
That would be easy.
All right.
And we have our new spacesuits. This was great. We've been wanting to build new spacesuits, and this was the opportunity we finally got to break away and have some form-fitting spacesuits as opposed to as opposed to the garbage bags that we've been wearing for 2 years.
That. Do it. Damn.
Your twin got the brains.
No, Crace. He's trying to make
What's the wind doing? How's the budong being sucked down the gullet? The endless discussions in the writing room about, well, what's the mechanism by which the budong swallows? And of course, I'm sitting there going, it's a giant monster, it swallows us. And the writers would go through this routine. Well, let's see, why did he swallow the ship? And which is interesting, the final explanation, which we'll hear later. But we went through all of this run of techno babble. Well, the electromagnetic current that interacts with the frunium drive, yada, yada, yada. And I came back to, in the earlier say, hey, we got swallowed, that's down, you know? How do we know we're going down? We got swallowed, it's down. I try to simplify it because who cares?
And here we are firing the harpoons. Now,
yeah.
The special effects guys actually made these guns to fire. They were fantastic. They did actually fire, and it was great fun to shoot, but complicated. Because in a way, we had all these sequences where we kind of in the darkness and we couldn't really see the wall.
And they're really heavy as well. There's a practical reason why Crichton is helping her carry these things, because they weigh. The things I'm just holding it steady because it weighs about 50 pounds. The Tech 5 torpedo.
Here. Whoa! There's the wall. They fire off.
And I was listening to Take 5 when I wrote this. I went, oh, okay, I'll just call it a Tech 5 torpedo. Does that sound techie enough? I'm terrible with technobabble. Pop culture, I can sort of do it. The technobabble, I just call Ricky. Hey, Ricky, I need a word for. Kemper actually insisted that Crichton fire one. Yeah. Originally, I had Aaron doing all the action. In fact, I had everybody doing all the action. I was going to sit on the side and just drink a cold iced tea and watch. There you go, the budong in the ring.
Okay, and here comes Laurel and Hardy, I suppose,
Fantastic. Well, Paul had said that he wanted to work with the puppet, and because he hadn't worked with him. And I went, fine.
Fun, yeah.
It was great because you get to play this class warfare. That's the interesting thing to me in writing it, is that even here, and they're doing the comedy routine, but there's class warfare going on. There's the owners and the owned.
Yeah.
Those Toscas have left us.
Toscas. You really don't want to know where a lot of these words come from. Toscas has an origin, but did I ever tell you where it came from?
No.
What are you doing?
For those of you who haven't got the vision of us,
Tells you just found out where it came from. The rest of you will just have to guess.
Candy. I've never heard anyone say that.
Electromagnetic Candy is my favorite bit of
Yeah.
technobabble that I wrote.
yeah,
And Paul played upon it.
And the eaten of the eating.
These guys did a great job.
yeah, it's. And once again, this sequence is shot over various days because one angle is shot one day, other angle another day. It's what we tend to do in Farscape sometimes. We sort of it tends to get fractured a bit. Another great CG moment here.
Yeah, that's a good one. The thing
We really,
right
want,
through the-
I
right
really
through the
wanted that.
spikes.
I've always wanted that travel down that spine of the beast, and that's and the guys did it for me. That was fantastic. So I was really, really happy.
Can we please restart the pod now?
Here we go. Back on Talon once again. Just kind of throwing in sort of that Talon reference, which is kind of
Well, here's where we actually get to where things slow down. It's just hammers so fast up until this point. It's been breakneck. And now from this point on, we're really getting to start to play with the personal dramas, the conflicts, the character stuff, all the stuff that is very difficult to squeeze in while you're running and jumping. Even though it's there, here's where the payoff starts. And it's also where the big mislead starts. And Crichton is locked out. And he's still convinced that it's Crace.
Crace, your comms are fritzing. Where?
Talon is messing with him. Also, for those of you at home, may notice that Crichton has a scar. That's because there's two Crichtons, and
Because of what
the
is
one
past.
who Scarface, dead Crichton walking, is on Talon.
yeah.
It's also the other good thing about this episode is that we know that one of the Johns can die.
Yes.
So I have this brilliant opportunity. I don't understand why every episode where there were two Johns, we weren't seriously putting him in jeopardy. That's why I stuck him outside the ship. I said, well, he can die. The audience will actually buy the fact that Crichton is gonna die.
Yep.
So you want them to think he is gonna die. It's a great thing about splitting two Johns.
Yeah, and that's
Two Johns. It sounds like we got a prostitute thing going on. Well, you split two Johns and you got a couple of. Ah, here we are.
Oh, here we go. The sex scene, which I think we sort of alluded to at the last Farscape conference in Burbank. Re the difficulties of trying to shoot sex scenes.
Especially when the actress who's brought into Body Double doesn't know
that she's
it's
doing
a
a sex scene. So the rest is up to your imaginations. But
She's there in makeup and going, they want to do what? What?
Yeah, what?
I'm
What?
sorry, I have to do what?
No one told me it was a sex scene. So there's a director offset while they're sitting up trying to tell someone to take off their clothes. Oh, what a life!
Here's your job. Yeah, you don't mind taking your clothes off, do you? I don't think Claudia didn't even want to do the insert of the face. She's like,
So yeah, it was all kinds of tricks to do, but that's it still works because it really ups the. Here it is. It's a great look here. Boom. That's it.
you know, Margaret did a good job on that scar. It holds
Yeah,
up even there.
it holds up in
Margaret is my makeup artist who did a fantastic job, which I know he's a little depressed.
He's a bit sad.
I love this moment. He comes in, he's waiting for the door to not open again, and then and it opens before he even touches it.
there's
Because
a-
Talon is fucking with him. He wants them to see them together like that.
In a kind of sprung moment.
You know, when you watch it back, you go, look how much Talon is messing with John.
What did I miss?
And he's completely convinced
Discussing
that that's
how
the
best
bad
to
guy.
resolve our predicament.
Look how guilty she
She
looks. Fantastic.
Claude's great. That was fantastic.
Oh, she's the money man.
And
Udon.
And Lonnie is just
he's,
fantastic in this.
Whip up a hologram.
Couldn't be happier.
now this is
Yeah,
where
they saved the writer's ass. No
okay,
question
there
about
she
it.
goes. So she's on this. She's facing that triangle, and then it kind of starts to change.
The Budon.
Yeah, the triangle's getting ready to change, isn't it?
Yeah, it gets ready to change.
Someone else is going to be on the outside of the triangle. And what about gizzards? This is an exposition scene. This entire scene is nothing but exposition. The only thing which holds it together is the fact that John thinks they're buffing each other. and they're looking like they're bobbing each other. The audience is looking for all the clues as to what's really going on. And the rest of it is just exposition. Normally we hide it by slamming someone up against the wall.
Yeah,
or running down the corridor, shooting something, or fixing some broken part of the ship. But this one, we're just standing here, and the personal dynamic and the misunderstanding which Crichton has, and which the audience may have, and well, all of them do, actually makes what is normally an exposition scene into a character piece, and it holds. So we get all this information out in like 2.5 pages.
Here it comes. Here's here's the twin ponytails.
I have decided to take the neural interface with Talon.
Oh dear. But I was, interesting enough, there was so much subtext going on here. I was almost worried that you'd miss the exposition because you were so looking for the clues. But as it turned out, no, it worked out fantastic.
It turned out we did it in such a boring fashion that you actually heard the words.
So you, two.
Plus, you know, you reduce it down to, you know, flying out the ass, you know?
Yeah,
It's like,
And there we are. There they are. There's John now. He's now the one in the hot seat. And Talon's just right above his head there. There's a little note going.
Exactly. He's just up there gloating. Look at him.
He's gloating. You can see him.
That little sucker.
He's really gloating.
Where are you going?
You heard the man. Nothing for me to do.
John, wait.
Aaron, you do not want me there.
I do want you there.
This is a completely domestic scene.
Forget about it.
This was the other thing I wanted to write, was I wanted to write domestic drama.
Yeah, I heard that.
This,
invasive. It's,
you know,
it's
other than
safer.
on the fact they're talking about the hand of friendship and sci-fi stuff, the dynamic between them is completely domestic couple
For
squabbling.
all of us, he needs my help to control.
Which we
Talon
haven't
to
really
get
said.
us out.
This is one of the few things I think of.
We don't do it.
No, we don't do it at all.
We do
no.
it very seldom, and I actually really love that stuff. There's actually some of that in 407. Here's a plug for next season, folks. In 407, there's a domestic scene. Who do you think it involves? Probably not who you think it does.
No, not really. No.
You're such a monster.
And let Cray stick a spike in the back of your neck.
Listen to me.
Brave new universe, Aaron. You and Chris.
A lot of misunderstanding in
You
this.
can finally rejoin that peacekeeper family you've been pining for from the moment we met.
You have got this so.
Just don't pretend to me that it wasn't what you always wanted.
You finished? You're right. No one knew that.
I was really unsure on the day as to whether this scene worked. But it does kind of work. And she's great. We had to reshoot her part because the Steadicam wasn't full focus.
Yeah, we had a technical problem there. Yeah.
A Budong is a killing machine, death incarnate. 5 cycles I spent on a Budong mining operation. Thousands went in, none came out. And those Budongs were dead.
I don't know why that line tickles me. It's like he's talking about the people dying in a Budong, and those Budong are dead.
My mother sucks. What?
Oh, here
Oh, it's an Exorcist reference.
That's right.
The whole lead up is an Exorcist where I just go, and he goes, my mother sucks, and then it's the
And there's the
spewing.
vomit, there's
Yeah,
the
and there's
vomit.
the vomit, which is the
One take-
centerpiece of
A
the
one-take
whole episode.
vomit. A great one-take vomit again. Lovely little chunky bits on Nigel's lips too. I really quite love it. Oh, here we go. I've always loved this moment here. This was the kind of... This came in during the shoot, this moment. I just felt like a neck to the neck and her thinking in his neck. I kind of saw it as at a wedding. I felt like this was wanted to be like, here's the groom in anticipation.
Look at him, he's so happy.
And there you are, and Crichton's
Talon, open
missed
the
it.
door. Please.
Kemper actually insisted that
Talon,
Crichton
open
go
the
after her.
door.
That was David. I was going to have him sitting back in his room brooding. I couldn't think of anything to do with him. He's like, he's already given up. And Kemper said, no, you got to get, the hero has to go back. And I don't think about him as a hero. I think it was like, here's the guy in a lot of trouble. And yeah, he insisted that Crichton make the effort. I don't really know the show at all. I just show up on the day, stand on the mark.
Try not to control Talon's systems too quickly. He was an infant when I joined with him. His will and his ways.
But at least this time we don't see the hand.
But whenever we get the hand of friendship, we go, well, there goes the schedule, because I don't know what it is. This hand of friendship just never works the way you'd like it to work.
Even with the steam.
Even with the steam, it just kind of...
Are you certain?
And this is where I introduced the phrase TSV vision, isn't it?
That's right. Yes, I think in the script Ben had written, you know, we then go into TSV vision, which is her travelling through Talon's corridors. And thanks very much, Ben, because we'd blown the CG budget, so we had to work out a way to do this practically without kind of using any CG. And
Didn't use it there though. You
we
ended
didn't
up
use
just
it
using
there.
the
We're
CG
using that,
shots.
but right now we start to go into this moment now where she's got to learn to control Talon, and that's where we end up using going back to an old favourite of mine, which is once again little handycam videos
running around the ship.
running around the ship.
This was not in the script. Tony insisted we do this, and it's just the best moment in the whole piece. No, it's a beautiful moment where
It's just a moment where I wanted Crichton to all of a sudden feel like an alien on his own ship, and that now the ship was hostile. And that was
and the Talon DRDs. Remember, they had one rendering where they were sort of benign looking, and they came up with this model that sort of looked like a seashell, or a turtle. And we said, nah, it needs to be aggressive because Talon's a warship, and they came back with these great DRDs. TSV vision.
Here it is, yeah. Now, once again, we just shot that on Handycam, and we just kind of warped it a bit in post, not too seriously, but I've always loved this moment.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Now open it.
And then back to reality.
Yeah, it was beautifully realized. And that was in the script.
That was in the script.
Yeah. Where she sees herself. But beautifully done by everybody there.
Imagine you wish to speak with someone far away.
For God's sake, up if you can hit them.
It's really lovely the way
As I said.
the way this stuff plays out, and the sort of innocence that Aaron has in this.
But of course I'm back. Where the yachts are you?
Don't often see her that way, but you know, Claude really
sort of
gives it a lot of innocence.
Kiss Mama Vonks. Stark, get out here. Stark thinks he's some kind of Budong expert.
What? Oh, you're loose.
Not half as loose as Chiana. Now listen, I've got Talon on the comms. They're stuck inside the Budong.
Inside? No.
Not for long. We hope to pass through the digestive tract shortly.
No, you can't.
Well, he had to go somewhere, man. I was like, well, do I create a blowhole? Do they try to claw their way back out? At one point, we discussed shooting our way out, but then we disabled the cannon to avoid that.
Yes.
Man, putting together these apps with all the little intricacies and pieces where you go, no, I can't have the cannon because I can't use the cannon later to ignite the thing because I gotta have Crichton out there, so the cannon's gone, so we can't save. You go through option after option after option, and it's really a simple story. We get swallowed by a Budong, we gotta get out. That's the whole plot.
Let Talon release!
Grace, Talon, what have you done to him?
Oh, okay. Now this is where it all starts to go a bit wrong, because Grace is now in pain.
What went wrong?
Corridors are great on that set. We had really lovely long corridors to play with.
And then Grace is gone. Someone said, well, where did Grace go? You gotta explain how Grace left. No, he just walked out. She was busy. It never bothered me that Grace was suddenly gone.
No.
But it bugged the hell out of the writing room. They said, well, you gotta explain that, you know. I'm like, I can't explain everything. It just happens. This is Farscape, man. Shit just happens. Yeah, look. Yeah, a little bit of TSV vision. TSV vision has become a staple word in the writing department and around production as well. So even if Tony Tills never directs another episode of Farscape, he will be fondly remembered for TSV vision.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, can you stop him?
Wait, yes, I can keep the cable secure, but I can't leave this override panel. It's the only advantage I've got.
Fine, I'll go. You give me your gun. You hold him off.
Listen.
Aaron, your gun!
Listen, he's
Do you think they're still buying that Grace and Aaron are doing it? John's certainly buying it.
Oh, here we go, bumping and rolling.
Yeah.
We're getting good at that now.
Yeah, you know, the ship wasn't actually moving. That was an acting and camera thing going on.
I'll try.
These are big Star Trek moments. Wow. Yeah. Oh, the window.
Oh, yeah.
In the original script, there was no window. I had to rewrite the whole.
Because we got to set and there was a window in the door.
Yeah, and it was all predicated on not knowing what was going on inside, right? Suddenly there's a window, so the entire scenes had to be rewritten for the fact that we can now see what's going on inside the room.
Yeah, and to a lesser extent here, but it really affected how we played the ending.
Very big in Aaron's response to what's going on, like John being outside.
Yeah,
It worked for our benefit because we showed up and went, "There's not supposed to be a window."
No, that's what do we do now? And so, but in the end, we come to it because we could get Aaron and Crichton to make eye contact. It really actually sort of really added something more to those scenes, which is fantastic.
You see, Grace, I don't have to kill you.
I wish you had.
He strips down, and he's gonna roll around on the floor. Lonnie was going for it, man. They could hear this scream all the way back in Adelaide. Cross-continental.
Hey, what the hell is going on?
And the floor was really rough. He cut himself up on the floor, so half those lacerations were real.
Talon, please!
Farscape moment, she rips off her jacket. Okay. What the hell happened there? That never worked for me. This should have been a big explosion.
I know. We just ran out of time, and it just never. No.
Okay, exposition scene number 2. This is the other big exposition scene. It's all about what's happened, what's going on, what are we going to do next. And it's all saved by the presence of that gun.
No, you may be right.
Could have thrown him up against the wall.
Kill you.
Ask your questions.
You and Talon. What the hell is going on?
Cybernetic bleed back. My sores and lesions are physical symptoms.
It's good because it's sort of
Talon did that.
there's a nice reveal of
In times of
in the
stress,
script too that we're sort of at every point there's a next reveal that just ups the stakes and more, ups the stakes more. So we're sort of there's a lovely sense that it's constantly building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, every time that you reveal something, that you're answering the audience's question, you want to try to up the stakes. You want to either ask 2 questions with the question that you answered, or you want to make the situation that much worse. So the fact that you thought Crace was the bad guy was bad enough. Now Crace is not the bad guy. Talon's the bad guy. Aaron is in jeopardy, and our situation is even worse because the ship is messed up.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah, so in a very quiet way, we up the stakes.
But you've changed. I think
This is the kind of thing that gets said around in my house all the time. My dad would say this stuff when I was growing up. And somehow I just ended up out of my mouth. I just go, I don't think he ever actually said that, but I think that weather changes and we keep making the same mistakes. My dad has a billion things that he says, you can fight with pigs, you'll both get dirty, but the pigs will like it. Things like that. He's such a country boy.
Locked him into sleep mode. He may have a mild headache when he comes around in a few hours.
Fantastic.
I wouldn't want to try it again. I don't think he knew what I was doing this time.
Well, we must
I'm still convinced that it.
wake him
They're
sooner.
doing it.
Well, hang on. Don't we want to figure out what we're going to do first?
You're no use to us dead. You rest.
I have to get to
No,
the ship.
rest. You're not going to make it out the door in your current condition.
I must get to the bridge.
Why doesn't anyone ever listen to me?
Didn't Claude had that line?
Yeah,
that's in
yeah.
there. The hell? Get the writing department down there. The actors are changing the lines. That was a good ad-lib. I was trying to encourage people to ad-lib so I wouldn't be responsible if it went wrong.
Yes. Is it watching us? No. But let's power up.
Well, no, you did. It's just that some things are better created on the floor than they are created sitting behind a computer.
Because you're actually in the physical space of the set and actually in the physical moment of what's going on, that you sometimes reveals limitations and sometimes reveals some strengths, but yeah.
Give it to me.
What?
You pull the comms relay circuit. Give it back.
When I first pitched this moment, I was told, you can't do that. they couldn't figure out how it was going to get to the point where Stark would stick his arm down Nigel's throat. It makes perfect sense. It just swallow the comms chip. The what? I just made that up. That's such a good Paul's reaction. I just really wanted to see that happen. I really want to see someone just shove their arm down the puppet's throat. I rewrote this scene about 30 times. I knew it needed to be here, but I didn't know why. I couldn't figure out what the scene was. I swear I rewrote it 30 times.
He's sleeping. Answer the question.
Aaron, I am doing everything I can to get us out of this absurdly large space monster. I'm doing the good little soldier bit. What else do you want from me?
I want you to stop acting like a Dranet.
You know what? I have no idea what a Dranet is.
No, don't play dumb with me. That hasn't worked for over 2 cycles, John.
Aaron, I am dumb. I don't understand you half the time, and I have no idea what a Dranet is. And the Dranet is the representation of why they don't understand one another. Because what you're saying is she's an alien, he's a human. Or she's Sebastian and he's an alien, depending on which way you want to look at it. And not to mention the fact that they're men and women, and communication is difficult at the best of times. Throw in the intergalactic mix. Stark, you're still here.
Oh, wonderful. They're alive. Now,
but I think you needed that scene between Aaron and Crichton, and I just wasn't sure how to do it until I was just sitting there going, you could be a Dranet, and him going, I don't know what a Dranet is. Bada, 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 bada.
Rigel and I are going to feed the Budong, overfeed the Budong ice.
And if you want to know what a Dranet is, you can just keep waiting.
Wait. There's more. You're going to have to dump some of your cesium fuel.
Cesium fuel, guys, not cesium, cesium fuel. See, cesium and water would explode, but cesium fuel needs an ignition source.
Yes, the explosion should make the Budong...
It's an alien fuel source. There's no such Earth thing as cesium fuel. That's a peacekeeper fuel, and it has to have an ignition source. If you just threw the cesium and water together, you got a big explosion.
no, Sebastians are ugly, not stupid.
Ice from the rings. It's so convoluted. The whole plot is like how it all comes together. So we just want to get out, but no, we got to get the Budong to eat some ice. It was even more complicated in the writing room. Kemper's solution, I think, was you're gonna paint the asteroids up, and yada yada. He couldn't figure out why the Budong would eat the asteroids. They just eat things, man.
You must have some kind
We gotta eat something. Why not rocks?
No, the main cannon is out.
Why not ships, rocks, anything in their way? Oh, they had warheads.
Oh, I disarmed them.
You really should tell me these things. How big?
Big enough.
Classic airline, big enough. Stark?
I've always loved this shot here.
Yeah, it's...
Which kind of,
We have an ignition source.
And there's the rope leading to the ignition source. You know where John's going. Come back, and here we are, Act 4 on the run.
Here we go, on the run. Here we go.
Always Act 4 on the run.
Always, yeah. Big intercut sequence. Here we go. Lots of things happening.
You guys dump the cesium, I set the bomb and free the cable. We all
This is sort of getting the 2001: A Space Odyssey reference here, yeah.
We're on the clock.
Yes. You can delay the
We
detonation
should
by 5
go back through and track through all the references.
when it goes off.
Toast.
You flip that shot
Waiting on you.
upside down, sort of good and more sort of surreal sort of feel to it. Climbing out.
electromagnetic candy.
Because we're candy.
This was a shot we always wanted to do. It was very hard to pull off. I want the idea that sort of the beast under the surface chasing them, but yeah.
So it just became a light.
Right, yeah.
Because you didn't get your fin.
That's right. I wanted the eye, and I wanted that sort of, but that's the nature of the beast.
Well, we got an awful lot for our money.
Yeah.
Because the only scale in this piece, everything is contained. The only scale is the CGI scale, which is what which is what I wanted them to do, which I hope they would get jazzed about. And we knocked the puppet out. Okay, I'm there. And they did a great job. Oh yeah, this wall.
This wall. Oh,
This
yeah.
rubber wall, man. I kept telling them, no, we can do it, we can do it. They kept going, it's too big, it's too big. No, we can do it. We just put up a big rubber wall. And we did.
We did. So we suspended, sort of, yeah.
Well, I spent like 3 days on wires.
Right, yeah.
Ready for the sequence? Don't
do
foul
it.
this up.
And hiding a lot of them with the blackness.
Yeah, as well. And we shot it 2 ways. We shot with the wall freestanding, up and then the wall on the ground and suspended you down to kind of get rid of the gravity effect
John?
in some shots.
Hey, Stark, you ready yet? I'm stuck out here in spam land.
Yes, sort of. No. No, wait.
Why isn't he communicating? John, I need you to put a hold on what you're doing. I need you to wait. His comms on.
Give me a break.
Oh, yes, now! Do it now! Do it now!
Damn, gotta love that boy's confidence. Warhead armed, 500 microns and counting.
We're moving.
Talon?
John, answer me.
Releasing cable. There's a bit of rearranging in the order here, wasn't there?
There was,
To make it work. Yeah.
But just to keep the tension going and just to kind of,
Hey, there's an ADR line.
yeah.
Angus sitting back here smiling, going, man, we did good ADR on that.
Can't outrun the Budong much longer. You should have dumped it.
We get this thing called writer's lines. If you look really, really close, you go, he wasn't saying that. The writer stuck that in to make things clear.
And moving into position for the fuel dump.
Or Angus suggested in post.
He can't.
You know, you could
Correct
say
the field
this.
being too close to the point of detonation.
This is where she sees the open door.
Yeah,
Alan just spaced John.
of course. It's all getting ready to change, and he's gonna lie to her.
Can you read me? Okay. I'm at the hatch. Coming in.
Man, it's a big little episode, isn't it?
It is. It's
To be so contained, there's a lot of big elements.
I've forgotten how sort of huge it was. It just.
I tried to warn.
Oh, yeah, we did it in time, though, man.
Talon never
10 days.
trusted Crichton.
Yeah, almost 10
Talking
minutes.
about.
Whoa, we lost half a day with a steady cam. We did it in 10
Finds him
days.
offensive. Perceives him as a threat.
To whom?
You. He wants to protect you.
John is only dangerous to himself.
I tried to persuade Talon that he was wrong about Crichton.
Well, then persuade him now to go back and get him.
He cannot be coerced. He will do as he wants. I can do nothing.
Don't you lie to me, Chris. This is not about what Talon wants. You have taught him everything he knows. This is about you, me, and John.
Hey, Talon. I've been reviewing this situation. Erin's pretty pissed at me, but she kind of likes me.
Talon,
We
prepare to
sort of
dump
kept raising the
70% of
bar
the
for ourselves each time. We always try and outdo what we did last
No,
time.
that's you raising the bar. See, I'm trying to simplify, make little small episodes, and you're going, yeah, and then we can do this.
I regret.
Wait till you kids see 408. There's a preview coming up. 408, which is the episode. 407. 407 is the episode I wrote this year, and Tony directed that as well. It's a smaller, simpler piece than this.
Here she goes. Down looking for.
See, and Talon's lying to her. Look,
There you are.
There's the lie.
There's a lie. There's a lie. I think there's a scene. There's one moment of Crichton outside
That's-
the
yeah, the flash there.
flash in there that you can see through it. Come there.
Well, that was,
actually-
that was the tail end of a baby we killed.
That's one of the babies. I was going to say there was one scene out there with Crichton doing little pig let me in. I think I'm not sure it'll be on the deleted scenes for this DVD, but
Well, it ought to be.
it ought to be.
Anytime I could recite a nursery rhyme. Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, then I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. And it didn't make the cut, man. How the hell is that? That's good.
Good. We've got the reflection shot on her. This is where the windows actually paid off. It was written like she had to see through the doors to kind of get it, but this
With
is
television, but with actual windows there, they could make eye contact, and he could see her as well.
yeah, and it really helped that.
Detonation in 80 microns.
It's interesting with this script. It's also the final moment is a moment where we don't kill anybody. We
Talon.
don't kill anything. It's a quiet moment
I want you to share something with me
that resolves the problem.
before he dies.
I like those moments.
You can taste something that is
They
denied
just give them
me
to Aaron, give them to Claudia Black. And
Something that you will never know. Can you feel that? is what it is to need someone.
Yeah, the editor Martin Connor had sort of come up with this sequence that's that really didn't change too much when we saw it. It was really
Yeah, the writer, this guy's a schmaltzy bastard to write stuff like that. Okay, we've sort of resolved the problem. We haven't actually resolved it. It's getting right.
it's gonna blow.
But you know, reason prevails with talent this time.
Yeah. There he goes. In he comes. She opens the door. He's in. I always like this moment here because it's sort of. Oh. There we go. Another big surgery shot.
Yes! I knew it would work.
Rigel's the whole time going, no, it won't work, no, it won't work, and then the end he takes credit. Rigel's such a cool character to write for, man.
And I just like this. I just love the way this helmets. It just reminds me of the sort of the knight and the sort of the chivalry sort of. I just always like that. The look of those helmets when they're up.
That's a bit scary.
That's a bit scary.
Now that you mention it, that's a bit scary. You guys will have to wait for next year to to understand why that's scary.
But I've always liked that.
I like this moment here. I like the use of the mirror there. And
Before you go,
yeah, it's always mirrors in
this
sets.
contains
well, especially on
surveillance
Talon
logs. I
when he
believe
was alive.
Talon showed them to Crichton. Have you seen them?
No.
Perhaps you should. Some of the entries are very creative.
Yeah, we never did nail that down. There was a suggestion that we nail down exactly what happened in ADR. Even there was a suggestion from
So you found
some people that we
Winona.
nail it down, and I just like the fact that it's not quite so clear as to
Yeah.
exactly what happens, because she's gonna say what happens here.
Yeah.
It's better if it plays on her.
Yeah.
When did you see it?
Aaron, I'm not your boyfriend, I'm not your husband, I'm not your anything. You can do what you want.
And it's the second domestic scene, or the third
Yeah.
domestic
It's not
scene
real.
of the piece.
You know that, don't you? The last part, Talon altered the image. I never recreated with Grace. Not that it should matter.
It does.
It's also the This is sort of where the
Never did before.
other John Crichton and Aaron sort of get it together.
I
Really.
had this life.
Yeah, well, this was
Liked
the
it,
brief
had
for my
rules.
episode was,
I followed the
you know, where I
rules.
had to end up was those
That
two
made everything
starting their
right.
relationship. So them saying essentially yes to the
And then
relationship.
you come along and you
And,
throw everything up.
This was the
Strange
scene
humor
that sets them down the
Arrogance,
path. And the
stubborn.
episode itself, it's about
let me
Aaron
finish.
realizing she needs him. Because I had to overcome the hurdles
You
that
didn't say a
that had been
word.
placed in their path for,
You
what,
were-
2.5 years of saying no when it seemed obvious they should say yes. And so it was
And yet
her
I just
realization that she keeps
keep
coming
coming
back. Yeah.
You could talk now.
Let me show you something. Come here. I'm not gonna bite.
And I love the window. We played the window so seldom after that, but I like the idea that Crichton was sleeping in a cubbyhole that looked out onto space. I like the idea that that's where he was, and that's where they'll end up. And he, you know, he's got this. Just,
Yeah, I know, but
he's so working the girlfriend thing. This is what you know. Man, come see my etchings.
you see that one? That's that star right there. The bright one. It's my point of reference.
The writing staff all went, oh, they stuck their fingers in there. You can't say that. I go, I'm going to say it, man. Because I'm schmaltzy and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, it was, and it was, yeah.
Well, it's just, you know, it's that moment, you know, that sometimes you say things that,
And then,
that you can't believe you said, but you
And
said
then-
them because
yeah.
you're just so damn obsessed and in love and all
you know,
that other
and then I
jazz.
sort of really wanted the to catch a thief, the fireworks moment, you know, when Cary Grant.
Yeah, you
know,
cross
kisses-
genres there, man.
I know. Well, that's exactly right. I thought, I really
I-
want that star to go supernova at this point in time, you know.
I had nothing whatsoever to do with that. In fact, you know, I only heard about it later. I go, there's a little twinkling star, of course. And I don't have a TV of that. That one.
That was a little
That's
concession.
overkill,
that
man.
was a concession to supernova, but I don't know. I just couldn't help myself.
But you know, it does have it does give you the kind of, you know, Jimmy Stewart,
that's
Frank Capra feel that we're trying to capture with the whole series. It's a Frank Capra-esque kind of life. It's a wonderful life at the other end of the universe. All that death, destruction, mayhem, and torture, that's just part of it. But that little star just makes it okay. All these people worked on the show, and hey, thank you.
They're all fantastic.
Jim Lamphy, Matt Ford. Matt Ford? They did a great job.
Once again, great bunch of
Yeah.
We can't do it without them.
Hey, we had a good time though.
We did.
Yeah, but it was scary as hell. Thank you, Tony, for saving my ass.
Oh no, good fun to do. As I said, I've always enjoyed the sort of the Crichton Aaron stories. You know, that relationship. It's always been fun for this show. It's always fun to play that relationship against this sort of big backdrop, which is, you know, the sci-fi universe. You know, it's Farscape universe. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, Tony, thank you.